Hello everyone and welcome to Geopolitical Trends. As an analyst, I ask, by skipping G20 summit, is President Xi sending a message? If so, to whom? In this video, I'm going to provide you with my assessments about this fascinating development. Let's dive in. It is announced by now that President Xi will skip attending the upcoming G20 summits in India, which will be between September 9th and September 10th, in a few days from today. So, right off the bat, President Xi hardly ever skipped G20 summit. So why this one? Let alone thinking about China as a major global economic power. You can't ignore that. So without them attending G20, you can just read between the lines. So to me, this goes beyond just formality, whatever you want to call the term you want to use. I strongly believe that President Xi, and China for that matter, is sending a strong message to not only India, but also the United States. So I'm going to break it down for you from two fronts. One is India front, and second one is the US front. So from India front, the government of India recent flip-flopping on policies, for example, being part of Quad, also making an agreement with the US regarding the establishment of US naval hub, and of course the ongoing border issues with China in Ladakh. So these relations between China and India, which have grown frosty over this border issue in Ladakh areas. And who do we have to thank for that? You guys guessed it right. The agitators, the Brits, way back, of course. So basically, China also wants to let India know who's the boss. So China wants to let India know that playing both sides will not bode well for New Delhi when the dust settles on the global order. Already by having largest economy in the world skipping the G20 summits in India, one concludes the summit will turn out to be nothing but a photo op. That's the way I see it. Of course, this comes on the heels of a recent report by the UN experts condemning India's response to horrific abuses in Manipur that includes rape, nudity, and burning. Let me share this quote with you. 20 independent human rights experts have condemned the Indian government's slow and inadequate response to serious right violations, reportedly including sexual violence during ethnic clashes in the Northeast. End of quote. And I will provide you the link of where this report came from. So, on the US front, as to President Xi skipping the G20 summit, Biden will not get a chance to meet his Chinese counterpart. And President Biden said, and I quote, I am disappointed, but I am going to get to see him. So, the question is, did President Xi intend to avoid meeting with Biden altogether, given the latter, meaning President Biden's administration flip-flopping policies from the ban on chips to China to ban on chips and selling weapons to Taiwan, to the Quad and AUKUS? You get the idea. I think the message Beijing is sending to Washington is loud and clear. So in my assessment, these dynamics highlight the changes on the global order and the geopolitical landscape, whether the West, headed by the US, likes it or not. Basically, the era of the Western global hegemony is coming to an end. I also want to bring to your attention how Western media entities, academia, are exaggerating the border issue between India and China. So to highlight to you how both sides, India and China, are trying to work out their differences, which doesn't get reported aggressively. Here is what happened. Last month, both commanders from India and China met and pledged to work out their differences. So, and I found the quote. It says, Chinese and Indian military commanders met just last month and pledged to maintain the peace and tranquility. End of quote. This is along the disputed border. And the whole purpose of it is an effort to stabilize the situation. Yes, it doesn't get reported aggressively. So here is the bottom line, because I like to keep this video short and concise. The bottom line is this. G20, the upcoming one in India, will be nothing but a photo op that is aiming mainly at subjugating the members to Washington dictates. That's basically what it's going to end up being. What do you think of this development? Make sure to leave me your comments in the comment section. I always like to read that. And if you like me to elaborate further, I'll be happy to do it in a live stream. Please remember to hit the like button and subscribe if you like the content of this video. I will greatly appreciate it. As always, remember, geopolitics impacts your daily life in more ways than one. Till next time, bye-bye.